the dark days are over. I finished the bag. Like I said, I finished this bag. The seams came out perfect. Finally got the liner in there. This was a this one was a tough go. All the issues that I had with it. So this is the bag. That's the back. That's the front. And like I said, it has the liner in there. I don't know if you can see how I did that liner in there. You know, I don't know if you guys, well, you guys probably know. Why would I ask? You know, your top, when you're using a sewing machine, and your top stitch always looks different from your bottom stitch. Or at least, that's how mine works. So when I sew the liner on, I don't know if you'll be able to tell in here. So when I sewed the liner on, when I sewed the liner onto this strip of leather, that's the top thread on that, you know, on the machine. You know what I'm saying? And so this top of this is the top thread when I'm sewing the liner on, and then this stitch line is the bottom of the stitch because I'm sewing the top stitch here. I handed this to my wife, and I have her go, you know, whenever I make anything, I have her look at it, and I know there might be a small little mistake, like a little stitch line or something, and I have her look at it, and I let her go through the bag, and she pulls it and looks at it, and she sees nothing. So she sees nothing wrong with it, but I, you know, of course, the maker will know, the maker of the product knows the little secrets. So she never even noticed the stitch lines on that, and I'm not sure if it even matters, because like even when I'm doing a wallet, the main body of your wallet, the outer main body is always the top stitch, and then the underneath, the inside of the wallet, is always your bottom stitch. And you know, when you use a an off-white color or something on a darker thing, you'll notice it more. If you have a dark thread on a dark wall, of course you don't notice it, but she never noticed it, so I don't even know if that even is a big deal or not. But you know, it drives me a little nuts, saying, you know, I don't know if there's another way to doing it other than trying to sew the liner the other way, you know, with the leather part facing down and the liner part facing up, and then using that as my top stitch, and then so the bottom stitch will be the same as the top. You know, am I confusing you? Anyways, so yeah, so the bag came out. That's great. So I got 2 of them now, and I'm not sure if I'm just going to give one to my daughter and one to my wife. So I guess I'll just see what I end up doing. I'm not sure if we're going to sell it or not, but I might just give it to my wife and daughter, like I said. And I pick up this doohickey. I got this from Rocky Mountain Supply. This is your, you guys all know, it's a beveler sharpener. I guess you put, they give you a couple of pieces of sandpaper, and I'm assuming that you just lay the sandpaper down on top of it, the different grits, and then you draw your beveling tool over the grooves. I don't know if you can see that. My camera's been acting up. I don't know what's going on with my camera too. That's another whole different thing. But they have different sizes. Some of them have a real like a sharp peak to it, and then there's ones that have a little bit of a round over. I picked it up. I'm not sure if I'll ever use it, because all I use to sharpen these things is some thread with some, I don't know, Dewar's compound on it or whatever. I forgot the name of it. God, I hate that. But yeah, I got that little thing, and then I picked up some. I ordered from Tannery Row. I picked up this Horween Vegetine 3.5 ounce in English tan. I believe so. I picked that up. It's supposed to have a rustic look to it, I guess, or something. I have to look at my slip, my packing slip again. But this came in the other day. It's a little expensive. I think the shipping's a little expensive. I think their shipping cost is a little too much. But my first thoughts of this leather was, boy, it really has an orangey color to it. I wouldn't say red, but it definitely has like an orangey color to it, and I'm not a big fan of orangey. I don't know, it doesn't seem to, because that's kind of like the chestnut in Wicked and Craig. I think I mentioned it back a few videos ago. A lot of people don't seem to like that color around in this area, or at least who I've been talking with. And so this leather has an orangey look to it. The flesh side is really nice. It's really, really nice. I like the flesh side of it. I guess my thoughts on that thing is that I was gonna make another tote bag. I ordered it in 3.5 ounce because, one, I can use it for some wallets, especially if I skive down some of them to make a wallet out of it, and then also I want to make a tote bag out of it. But 3.5 ounce might be a little too small to make the thickness of it might be not enough to make a tote bag. But my wife was saying that she likes how the tote bags that I do make, they are 5.5 ounce, and they're kind of heavy. And she thinks that making it more of a lightweight tote bag that kind of folds up and kind of falls down all by itself, because the ones I make kind of like stand up on its own, other than the two that I made here, that was made out of 3.5 ounce suede leather or whatever, nubuck. So that was the whole point of getting that Horween leather, is to make a bag out of that with a liner. But I might use a little bit of a thicker liner, and that might stiffen the bag up a little bit. And I'm not doing that type of tote bag out of that Horween leather. I'm making my regular tote bag that I always make, but I'm gonna make one with a liner instead, because the regular tote bags I make don't come lined. So I'm gonna do that, and I might add a pocket on the inside, but I'm not sure. So I might add a pocket on the inside of that new leather I have. I made a tote bag. That's my question to you guys. My hands are all dirty from work. I made my original tote bag all came with a pocket on the inside, and it was a pocket that I put in there using I just riveted them on there. I made a couple with a zipper pocket, a couple of them with a snap. But the way it hangs in there, you know, it hangs from the rivets for where the handle is connected. The ones that I made, the one for my wife and one for another friend, said that they preferred the pocket not to be in there because when the stuff's at the bottom of the bag and they go into pocket, will kind of like lift out, and they get their stuff. You know, it's, I guess they find it a kind of a pain to have a pocket in there. They would rather not have a pocket in there. So the other way I thought of doing it is adding the pocket in the liner, which I'm most likely gonna do is just when I, you know, cut up my pattern for my liner, I'm just gonna add a pocket on the back side of it and then put a zipper. But you know, that takes more time and more work, and so then the cost will go up. I guess the cost is going to go up because this leather is more expensive than the other leather I usually make my tote bag out of. But rambling on, I guess, just trying to share my journey. But I just wanted to share that I did finish that tote bag. My wife loves it. I guess that's all that matters. I mean, doing this thing as a hobby, you know. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Me just rambling on again. So the dark days are over when it comes to that tote bag. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.